It never tastes as good when I film the process of making coffee. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to my first video of 2023. It's actually the 10th of January when I'm filming this, so we're quite well into January now. It took a little bit longer off, just because January is quite quiet in like my industry, unless you're like a fitness person. It's quite a quiet time, and December is such a busy time, so I kind of shift my Christmas holidays up a bit, and I've just taken the last week to kind of sort out stuff that I never get time to sort out, like clearing out cupboards, organising the fridge, and just like resetting the house post-Christmas, post-New Year, and it's been so nice. So how have you guys been? Please leave me a comment down below telling me how your Christmas was, or your New Year, or anything that you've celebrated. How was your break? I've missed you guys. I thought this morning I would just sit here and do my makeup with you and catch up and chat. I'm loving watching YouTube videos at the moment, but I find that my subscription box is really quiet. It's really empty. I guess the people who I have subscribed to don't make videos as often anymore. I'll tell you what I'm using as I'm using it. This is just the RMS Beauty Re-Evolve Primer. This is just the refill. I lost the actual bottle, but I love this product, so I'm just using the refill. Just like, it gives a really nice base for makeup. My skin, by the way, is kind of on the mend. It was so bad over Christmas period. I think it was all the chocolate and all the alcohol, but also my skin has changed a lot since having Rudy, and I haven't gone back on the pill. I'm not really sure what to do yet, so it has been going crazy, and you can see like the scars left over from these like crazy spots that I had. But Skin and Me have like adapted my formula. I think it's working, so that is good. I think for my base, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty, well, it's so dark in here. It doesn't look dark on the camera because this camera's quite good at low light, but it's like pitch black and it's 9 AM. The Eavesdrop foundation, genuinely just used my torch so I could see. Love this foundation, really, really nice. Got a few new beauty products that I want to try this month. I think what I'm going to do this year is just every month add in a couple new products into my makeup bag to try out, because I do get into the habit of just using what's in my makeup bag, and I want to try out a few new products. That is what I'm going to do. I made a little TikTok. I am loving TikTok, I have to say. I know a lot of you guys hate it, but I'm really enjoying just being more creative and making more content. Like, I'm posting 5 times a day there, I think, so that's a lot more content and I am enjoying it. So if you're not already following me on there, go have a little follow, you might enjoy it. So I finished TikTok Vlogmas, and then it was pretty much Christmas Day. It was so cute. Like, Gray is the perfect age for Christmas. She was just so into it, like leaving the mince pie and milk and carrot out for Santa, and waking up on Christmas morning. They had a little stocking, and it was just really, really, really lovely. She loved all her gifts. She loved helping Rudy open his gifts. And then Christmas Day we were with my family. We went to my sister's house. I think I posted a few photos on Instagram. The food was amazing. My mum, my brother-in-law, they're all like such amazing chefs. Like, it was just delicious food. Just really chilled. There's loads of us. There's like 17 of us, and that's just me and my sisters and our kids. Like, it's crazy. My grandma came as well, which was so nice because we haven't spent Christmas Day with her for 2 years because of like COVID and other reasons. It was so special to have her there, and every year she says, I won't be here for the next Christmas. So it was just so lovely to have her. We were like, see, told you would. She's like 92, I think. She's amazing. Concealer, I bought this as one of the products I want to try. It's from Huda Beauty, and I've heard great things about it. It's called the Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. I'm a bit nervous about it because I'm sometimes allergic to concealers, like liquid concealers with a doe foot applicator. I'm not really sure why, but I've used this a couple of times and I really like it. And actually my grandma, who is very into her beauty, very fussy about things, said to me yesterday, your makeup looks really nice. So that's a real compliment to come from her. So I'm just gonna dab it on my little scars, any redness that I've got, and then under my eye, which I have very dark circles because I have 2 young kids. Boxing Day, we saw my uncle and my cousins, and then on the 27th we saw Rich's family. We went to his brother's house, and Rich's family, like, for so long had no kids, and then we had Gray, and then suddenly everyone had kids. So his parents went from having 1 grandchild to 4 in a space of a year. So Rudy's got 2 cousins like pretty much the same age as him, so that's really nice. Actually, I'm gonna use my finger. So it's a very different vibe because my family, there's a lot of like older kids, and then Richard's family, there's a lot of babies. That was really nice. And then we just did like lots of cute festive things, lots of markets. We went to see Hey Dougie live at the South Bank Centre, which was surprisingly actually really good. Yeah, it was a really lovely time. Our New Year's Eve plans got cancelled in the end. It just like, we had plans to go to friends and have like a sleepover with the kids, but it all became a bit too stressful and unrealistic, and actually we just ended up staying in, and it was so nice. The kids really needed like a normal routine bedtime, because over Christmas everything just went out the window and there were so many late nights, and we actually had a sleepover at my sister's on Christmas Day, and yeah, we all just needed a bit of routine. So we ended up cancelling our plans, and me and Rich just got sushi, and it was really lovely and just stayed in. I think it's a really nice concealer. Even though it says it's matte, it's not like drying or anything. It's just like gives really nice coverage. Like, look, you can barely see those spot scars now. I'm still using my Rose Ink cream bronzer. I love this. I'm literally like, I think I've probably almost hit the bottom. So now we're in January and I'm feeling good about this year. I mean, I love January. I always feel very like new notebook. I want to get very organized. I always feel really motivated, and during that kind of limbo period between Christmas and New Year, I always like to start thinking about the year and brainstorming, and yeah, I feel really ready for this year. I learnt some quite difficult, painful life lessons in 2022, but I'm starting to understand that with every experience in life, it just kind of sets you up and helps you get to the next stage in life. I feel a bit stronger and a bit braver this year, and I think it's going to be good for me. I've actually been listening to the How to Fail podcast. I'm so late to the game. Like, this podcast has been going for a really long time. It's really popular for good reason. One second, what blusher am I going to use? Let's use this one from Ilia. It's like a really cute little cream blush. So I've been listening to this podcast, How to Fail, and it has been so good for me so far. I'm quite the perfectionist, and I do not like failing. And this goes back a long way, like all the way to school. If I wasn't good at a subject, I would rather just not do it. Whereas I was much more the person who enjoyed doing subjects that I was good at. Like, I thrive off doing well at something, which I know sounds obvious, but it's not most people. Like, Rich is really motivated by proving himself and doing better, whereas I'm not. I'm motivated by doing well. So I've always been scared of failure. And having a platform and an audience and being somewhat in the public eye has only made that worse. Because now anything that I do and fail at is for everyone to see and judge. So what's happened is I've stopped doing stuff, really. Over the years, I've had so many ideas of things that I want to do, and they've never happened because my fear of failure is just too much. I'm not a risk taker. And what I have realized is that you cannot progress in life. You cannot move to the next stage of life. You cannot ever get anywhere without making those failures, because that's how you learn. And what's happening is I'm just not learning because I'm not doing anything. Does that make sense? It's hard to talk about it without really going into detail on like things that are kind of private, because it's like my future and where I see myself in 10 years and stuff, which I often try not to think about too much. This is benefit precisely my brow. But at the moment I am thinking about it, and I'm just like letting myself think about it a little bit. So what I would like to do this year is just try some different things out. Be a bit more experimental. And I'm not talking about just like launching a brand and putting all my money into it and being like, whoa, I've got to see if I fail, because I've got to be sensible when it comes to risk. I have a family, and you know, I have to be sensible with things like that. But I want to like dabble in stuff. I want to dip my toe into different areas that maybe I see myself going into in the future. And that's really exciting. It's scary. I feel like Lily 10 years ago, when I was in my 20s, had a lot more confidence. I used to go into job interviews and pretty much get every job that I went for. But I've lost a little bit of that confidence. And so I want to get back to that. And I'm not talking about like public facing confidence. I feel confidence on social media with you guys. We've built up this relationship over time, and I know what I'm doing in this sense of things, but more behind the scenes, more like businessy. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. I've been using this Vive eye wand every day. This is actually a new one. I've got one in my makeup bag that hasn't been used. It's like the perfect creamy eyeshadow shade. It's in the shade Camel. I just literally run it over my lid and then blend it out. It's just the best. This is the year for experimenting. This is the year for putting myself out there, for asking loads of questions and just owning the fact if I don't know something, that's okay. Because everyone's kind of winging it and I can just ask questions, I can give it a go. If I make a mistake, if I don't like it, that's okay. There are always going to be people who want to go, ha ha, you messed up, like there is in school, like there is in everyday life, like there is in your families. I just have it on a bit of a larger scale. There's always going to be those people and I just have to become comfortable with that. As long as I'm being a good person and doing what's right for me and being considerate of others and the world, then that's the best I can do. I bought this new mascara, Benefit They're Real Magnet. I'm a bit nervous that it's like, when I put it on, my eyes feel a little bit stingy. I'm a bit nervous that I'm allergic to it. Let me try it one more time. When I used it the other day, I was like, oh, this feels a bit funny. It's a nice mascara though. It does require like a little bit of work, but it gives proper length and mainly length actually, not so much volume. Right, I'm gonna stop with the TED talk about the things I want to experiment with this year. I really hope they actually happen. That's the thing. I'm very good at daily tasks and weekly tasks. I'm very good at like being really on it with getting jobs done and being very professional and efficient when I'm working with brands and like content and being consistent. I'm not so good at like long-term goals and making sure I'm actually like doing stuff throughout the year that I want to do for like the bigger picture. That is stuff I'm not good at. If anyone has any tips on like how to be better at looking and thinking about the bigger picture and longer term goals, please let me know, because that is definitely something I'm not good at. It would, like, I guarantee it'll be July in a minute and I would have been like, I still haven't even created that job spec for the assistant that I need to hire. Like, I just haven't got time, or like, it just, the big stuff never happens. That's something I really want to get better at this year. On another note, we've been watching some very good TV over the break. We watched The Patient, which is just intense. It's Steve Carell, but like not being funny. It's not a comedy. It's like a thriller. He's a Jewish therapist who gets locked up and kept as a prisoner by his serial killer patient. It's intense. It's really good, really gripping. We also watched Branson, the documentary about Richard Branson, which, love him or hate him, was a really interesting watch. Very motivational, and it was like quite nice to learn a bit more about him. I took Gray to see Matilda in cinema. She was a little bit young for it, but she did sit through it and I thought it was brilliant. It's funny because I actually wasn't a big fan of the musical, Matilda the musical. I'd never seen it, to be fair, but I loved the original Matilda. That when the musical came out, I was a bit confused on like how different it was, that I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I like it. And now I've seen the film of the musical, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm obsessed. And Gray is obsessed with the song Revolting Children. We have to listen to it on repeat in the car, which is kind of painful. I'm trying something new with my lips at the moment. I have really naturally pale lips. They don't look it on camera, but they are very pale. It makes me look a bit unwell. But I don't want to like wear lipstick all the time, and you guys know I'm always got like a lip balm on. I think what I'm gonna try is a lip liner as a base, because lip liners are very like long lasting. It's like a crayon for your lips, and then with a bit of a lip balm on top, and hopefully what I'm aiming for is that it just looks like my natural lip colour with lip balm on, but it's not, it's a bit more colour than usual, and maybe it lasts a bit longer. It doesn't look as like lipsticky as lipstick would. So this is the Huda Beauty lip liner in Honey Beige. I'm gonna use it like on the edges, on the cupid's bow and on the edges. And then, I know it looks really patchy, but what I'm gonna do is like blend it out with my finger and a bit of lip balm. We're starting to think about holidays this year because this is our last year where we can go away out of school term. Gray starts school in September. We won't know where she's going until, I think it's March or April you find out. And then once they go to school, you are stuck only going away in like half term, Easter, summer, and it is so much more expensive to go away then. It's so crazy. So this is our last year where we can go away anytime, and I think we want to make the most of it. I hate booking holidays. I'm really scared of the commitment. I don't know why, I'm always terrible at like committing to holidays, but we've got a couple in mind, and even though the kids are young and it's a bit stressful going away, I also feel like I need to make the most of this time because price wise it's just so different. What do you think of that? I think that looks quite nice. Maybe not that natural, doesn't look that natural, does it? But it looks nice. Let's see how that lasts throughout the day. So yeah, we're looking to book something, a couple of things maybe this year. We'll see, I don't know. Rich is like, let's talk about holidays tonight. And I'm like, ugh. let's not. I don't know why I'm so scared of like committing to holidays. I hate it. My plan for today is make a lot of TikTok content. Yesterday, Monday's like my admin day. I had my PT, I had my weekly call with my manager. I planned stuff out for the week, and then today is like create. Today is a creative day. And I've got loads of ideas, which is really nice. What do you think of my makeup? I like it. Really like the concealer. Mascara looks nice. I like the lipstick. This is the current state of my hair. The postpartum hair is properly happening. Oh, I can't really show you. I've kind of hidden it quite well. I've been trying out a couple of new hair things. I've tried out that kind of waterproof, what's it called? It's from that brand, Wow. Hair Colour Wow. The waterproof thing. So it's like something you spray on your hair when it's wet, and it's apparently meant to make it waterproof. Very good for this time of year. I've been trying that out. And then I've also been trying out rosemary oil, which is something everyone online is talking about. Really good for hair strengthening, and I feel like this is a good time to give that a go. So an hour before I wash my hair, so when I'm doing the kids bath time, I'll put a load of oil in my scalp, rub it in and on the ends of my hair, and then once the kids are in bed, I'll wash my hair and I'll wash it out, and it feels really nice. So we'll see how that goes. I have talked your ear off, so let me go take a break. Let me go film some TikToks, and I'll come back to you guys in a bit. I am gonna have last night's leftover dinner for lunch. It was like a sweet potato, chickpea dal type thing, but like thicker than a dal, like a kind of mashed potato texture. I don't know, it was delicious. It was from this book, Dr. Megan Rossi, Eat More, Live Well. Rudy's getting very close to walking. It's seriously delicious. Carbs with carbs. It's because it's got curry powder on it. I'm so excited. My friend got these for me from America. They're viral TikTok pickles, which I know sounds completely ridiculous, but I love a pickle. These, of course, are my all-time favourite pickles, the Mrs. Ellswood ones. But yeah, these, everyone's been going crazy about these on TikTok, so I thought I would just give them a go. My friend got them for my birthday. This is the big pupper, so it's like a giant pickle in a bag. This one is just like a standard dill pickle. And then this one is a hot and spicy pickle. I don't know how spicy it's going to be. I don't really tend to go for spicy pickles. I tend to go for more of like a traditional pickle. Because they're in a bag, you don't have to keep them in the fridge, and apparently the pickle juice is delicious as well. I love a pickle, so I'm going to give these a go for a TikTok, but I will let you guys know after I finish filming how they were. Okay, just tried the pickles. The big pupper one, which is like a dill pickle. I mean, it tastes like a dill pickle, but like a really processed version. It kind of tastes like a McDonald's pickle. I found the pickle juice to be quite yummy, but the actual pickle is a bit soft. They're massive. I prefer like a crunchier pickle. And then the hot mama, which is the spicy one, wasn't sure what to expect. It was spicy, it wasn't unbearable, but it was like a kind of more of a clovey spice. It tastes a bit like mulled wine or something like that. It's in like the clove type of spices, rather than like a kimchi spice or something like that. So this one wasn't really for me. I just didn't really like the taste. And then they both taste a bit like crappy processed pickles, but it was fun to try. Okay, going upstairs to do some editing. So my afternoon snack is some almonds and some raisins. Rich, how do you say this?
Almonds.
Me too. But I've noticed so many people say almonds. Loads of people on YouTube that I watch say almonds or almonds. Almonds. I feel like there's 3 ways to say it. There's almonds, which is you're saying it how it's spelt. There's almonds, which is how we say it, which is almost, imagine it being spelled A-R-L, almonds. And then there's almonds, which is like it's being spelt with a U. It's just one of those things I've always noticed that people say really differently. What do you say? 1, 2, or 3? Oh my God. That's a really boring question. You don't have to answer that. This is my little afternoon snack. Almonds and raisins in my cute little bowl that Jake got me for my birthday. We were at a food market and there was this like local ceramicist, and you know how I feel about ceramics. And I loved it. And he said, well, I'll get it for you because I didn't get you a birthday present. And I thought that was very nice. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. Excuse me, I'm wearing a coat. because it's the only thing I've got up here to keep me warm. I totally forgot that I asked you guys to ask me questions for this video as like a bit of a catch up. So I'm aware this video has been quite long already, but there were a few questions, and actually one of them is something I totally forgot to talk about earlier when I was talking about TV shows. Someone asked, did you watch The Traitors? Oh my gosh, I watched The Traitors. It was so good. If you haven't watched The Traitors, you need to watch it. It's a reality TV show and it's kind of like a murder mystery. When someone told me about it, I was like, that just really doesn't sound like my street. Like, I'm so not into like murder mystery. Not murder mystery. Is it murder mystery? Yeah, like a who. It is like a murder. Is that what I'm thinking? You know, when like loads of people go to a house and they have to decide who the murderer is. Whatever that is. Really not my vibe. I put off watching it for ages, and then I don't know why I just decided to give it a go. Claudia Winkleman's the presenter, and it is so good. It's so good. She's brilliant. Her wardrobe's brilliant. Her ad-libs are brilliant. I love it. And it's just a huge cast of really like normal people. It's so gripping. It's very fast paced. Like, someone dies every night and you have to work out who the traitors are. It's hard to explain. It's just so good. Honestly, I've convinced like 3 people to watch it who all thought they were going to hate it, and they all loved it. I'm yet to find anyone that doesn't like it. What did you get for Christmas? Maybe top 3 gifts. So I just got one Christmas present. We do Secret Santa in my family, so we set a budget and we all pick a name out of a hat and we all buy for that one person. So my dad picked me, and he bought me this really nice soft kind of multicolored scarf from a shop called Pamela Shiffer in Primrose Hill. I put it on Instagram and TikTok, so I'll put that like video here and show you what it looks like. It's very soft. It's really, really lovely, and it really like makes an outfit. And I was very happy with my scarf Christmas present this year. How do you still feel like a couple and not just friends with 2 young kids? So normal to feel that way, and just to remember it's just a phase. It's a really difficult phase of life when you've got 1, 2, 3, however many young kids, and you're working. And I think just be really kind to yourselves and know it, like whatever feelings you're having, they're not forever. But something me and Rich really want to do this year, actually it was his idea, is he wants to like do fun date nights. Our kids are at the age now where they can have a babysitter. It's pretty easy. We just need to like book in my sister or my mum or whoever. Yeah, I think in February he's booked for us to go axe throwing. He's like, let's not just go for dinner, like let's do fun stuff again. I think we're both just craving feeling young and fun again. So we're gonna go axe throwing, and I am 100% going to win. How are you preparing Gray for starting school, which I talked about earlier, and how many days does she go to preschool now? She's at preschool 3 days a week. She loves it. She's got this like really cute little group of friends, and it's just so cute. She's so excited for school. I think she's so ready. Like, maybe it's something to do with having older cousins. I don't know. Like, I would be surprised if she doesn't love it. It might be tricky at first. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. I can't get my head around it until I know what school she's going to. How are we going to prep her for school? I mean, I think when you find out what school you're going to, you can meet the teacher and you can start like talking about it more. Luckily, she like knows both schools that we've like put down as choices. She knows both of them because we know people at those schools. So that's nice. I don't know, last night I said to Rich, I was like, oh my God, we need to teach Gray how to wipe her own bum before she starts school. TMI, but these days they have to do it themselves when they're just 4 years old. I can't cope. I'm sure I'll find out more later in the year of what I actually need to prep her for, because I actually have no idea. 1-year-old birthday gift ideas. The thing we always get for like me and my friends, we always have a tradition that we club together and we get the red and yellow little trikes car for a first birthday present. It's such a classic gift, lasts for many years. It's like 50 quid, so I think we tend to like go in it together. That's a really good first birthday present. What did Rudy get? I'll go downstairs in a minute and show you some of the things that he got for his first birthday. Oh, we got him a trike, which we haven't really been able to use that much because it's been really miserable weather. But that's also a good one. We got him like one of those trikes that turns into a bike, it turns into a something else, it turns into something else. Bullet journal or new planner setup. Let me show you. This is what I'm using this year. I haven't actually done a bullet journal for many years now. I used to love it, but I just don't have as much time for like making the pages. I've realized that I don't really like, so I was going to look at Notion, which is something a lot of people use to like organize their life, but Honestly, I think I'll just spend more time like setting it up than actually utilising it, and that just stresses me out. I don't have time for it all, and I don't know, I find it a bit overwhelming. I use Trello for work, for keeping all my jobs things and like briefs, and when I'm working with brands, that's really great. I've got my like digital calendar, my emails. I use my notes app a lot. And then I use this from well, I get it from Papersmiths, but the brand is Appointed, and it's their year task planner. So it's split out into months, and I really like it. So at the beginning of every month, it says like month goals and important dates like this. So I can put things I want to do. So sorry, it's hard to show you these things without like showing too much. I've put create job spec for an assistant, reach out to this person, reach out to this brand, organize a lunch with this person, create Amazon storefront, which I actually did yesterday. If you guys are interested in like things I've mentioned that are from Amazon, I've created this like epic Amazon storefront that's got everything in it. Actually, talking about the kids' birthday presents, I've got a little list on my Amazon storefront of kids' gifts, and it's all the things. I've just gone through my Amazon basket from like years and years and added everything I've ever bought from there. So it's all the gifts I've ever bought for like friends, kids and stuff. If it's not been from like a local shop or something, there's so many good kids gift ideas on my Amazon storefront. So you should go and look at that. I'll link it down below. Important dates, blog and YouTube birthday. Oh my God, it's 13 years since starting my blog this month. That is just crazy. And then I've written like content ideas, planning out some jobs. And then what I really like, okay, so it's got the week here, and then it's got tick boxes for tasks and notes. And then at the back of the month, I've just done a personal brain dump. So writing things down like holidays and things I want to buy, and just like non-important things, but that I just like want to get out of my head and onto paper. So that's that. Enjoying my setup. What's left to do on your home? It seems perfect, but curious if there are more plans. Thank you. It's definitely not perfect, but there are lots of big things that we are not going to change, because it's like all the kind of building, big renovation stuff, definitely done with that now. The next thing I want to do is do up Gray's bedroom, because I've never done it up. It was my office, and then we never repainted it. We just added in a wardrobe when she moved into it. When she moved into her room, I was pregnant, and like I couldn't even get my head around it. So definitely the plan for this year is to do up her bedroom and just make it really cute so she loves it. I'm gonna paint it, put a big rug down to cover that carpet that I hate, and just get some more like cute bits for it. Gonna put the canopy that's in Rudy's room, which was originally Gray's, over the bed, and then maybe get some like toy storage for Rudy in his room, because he's got a really tiny, teeny room. And it'd be nice to get some like toys in there. I also saw a very clever hack with someone used the drawer under the cot as like, so you pull out the drawer and then there's like a train track and stuff in there, so they can use that to play. Thought that was clever. So those are all the questions. I'm not going to show you Rudy's toys because this video has been very long, but definitely go and check out my Amazon storefront, because there are so many ideas on there as well. And there's also like kitchen organization, kitchen gadgets, beauty. If I've talked about something, it's probably either on my LTK if it's fashion, or on my Amazon. I've also got a highlight on my Instagram called January links. So any links that I've put up on Instagram stories will be saved under there. It's definitely getting to cup of tea time of day. My sister is dog sitting for her friend's dog, so we're gonna pick up Gray from nursery early today and take her over, because we promised her that she could see the dog. And I think my nephew is gonna want to try those TikTok pickles. So I think I'm gonna leave this video here, but it's been really nice catching up with you guys. I would absolutely love to do some kind of meetup this year. I said that to my manager. I was like, high up on my priority list is some kind of meetup, because I feel a little bit detached. Like back in the day, I used to do so many meetups. And I used to be able to chat to you guys in real life, and it really means so much to me. So somehow I would love to make that happen again, because I miss just like meeting you guys in real life and chatting, and not just feeling like this is just a one-way chat with me and a camera. I would love it if you left a comment on this video, even if you are someone who doesn't usually comment. Let's start 2023 by leaving a comment on your favorite videos, on your favorite Instagrams. I'm gonna do it for other people as well. I think it means a lot, and it balances out the crazy that is on the internet. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week for another vlog. Bye.